How's it going, everybody? My name is Chase Keep and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be diving into a video where I discuss exactly what I spend every single month as a 22-year-old living in Los Angeles, California. The goal for this video is to show you guys dollar for dollar how I'm able to spend my money while living in Los Angeles. It's a pretty expensive city, and I want you guys to see exactly how I'm able to live for less than $1,000 per month. I think it's very beneficial for a personal finance and honestly financial minimalism channel to talk about how I'm able to save money myself. If you guys are going to watch future episodes, I want you to believe me because I do it in my personal life. That's kind of what I want everything on this channel to be, is really personal and relatable. So this video is really going to show you exactly how I live, and hopefully it can be a little bit of an inspiration so that you can think, hey, he's living for less than $1,000 a month in Los Angeles. I can do the same. I want to be able to show exactly how I live, exactly how I'm able to achieve that goal, and hopefully inspire some people to be able to do the same thing and save some money in their own lives. All right, let's get into it. So first things first, I'm going to give you the overall number, the amount that I spend per month. Most YouTubers don't do this, I think, so instead of just making you guys wait the entire video to get to one number, I'm going to tell you right now. Per month, I spend $940 in total expenses. That covers everything. $940. So now I want to break down that $940 and show you dollar for dollar where everything goes. Basically every single category within the $940 and what I do spend my money on. So let's start. First things first, rent. Each month I spend $750 in rent. That's exactly what I pay for what you're looking at right here. This is my room. This is my pod. I live in a co-living apartment. So basically I am in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment with 3 other guys, so 4 total. And we each have one of these. This is basically a bed with a door. We share our own little private space within these pods. But we share a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. There's a kitchen and a living room, and all of that is for $750 per month. Now I know some of you are probably thinking that's an insanely high number to be sharing a room with 3 other people, and you're correct. It is crazy high. However, I'm in Culver City. It's a pretty nice part of LA. It's a very nice neighborhood, and basically it's well below the average cost of rent in this city. So based on what I found online, the average rent in Culver City for one person is actually $2,766 per month. Now, $750 is obviously a lot lower than that, and it shows you the exorbitant pricing and rent of houses here in Los Angeles. It's crazy. It's so expensive here. So you have to get out of the box when you really want to save money, and that's exactly how I came across this place. You just have to find creative ways to live somewhere, do something that you never thought you would do in your life. For me personally, I obviously never expected that I would live in a place that's a co-living apartment like this, where I live in a box. That's effectively what I live in. That's what I'm filming in right now. I live in a box. It's something that I never thought that I would do until I did it. And now I'm here and I love it. I'm spending almost 1/4 of the average rent, and that's allowing me to do so much more in my life, and I'm very happy with it. And even though it may sound high based on where you're from in other parts of the States or in the world, it's actually pretty low for LA, and I'm very proud of that. So there you go. I spend $750 per month in rent, and that's out of my total budget of $940. All right, moving on to the next category of spending is going to be food. And the total that I spend per month on food, which means groceries, eating out, restaurants, to-go food, delivery, and the total there is going to be $90 per month. This literally equals out to $1 per meal. That's a goal that I've been trying to accomplish for a really, really long time, and I've finally gotten there, and it's something that I love. I love being able to say that I have every single meal costs $1. I love that. So it's really cool. Again, something that I've been working for a long time, and I'm going to break down kind of everything that I buy within that, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. Based on my experience, the single best way to make this happen is to buy everything, all of your food for the entire month in bulk, and for me that means going to Costco, buying all of my food for one full month in one trip. That's exactly what I do every single month. Usually it's on literally the first day of the month. I'll go to Costco and I'll buy everything that I need for the next 30 days. Now for me, my meals are extremely simple, and that's the reason why I'm able to achieve this goal. For breakfast every single day, without fail, I have oatmeal and a banana. I have the exact same thing for breakfast every single day. Lunches are slightly more varied in that I actually have 2 options, and I kind of switch between the 2 of them based on whatever I am desiring that day. It's either a peanut butter and jelly or a quesadilla. And so it's one of the two options. Literally, I never have anything else. And then with those, I either have chips or wheat thins, depending on whichever one I bought at the beginning of the month. And that's just kind of honestly a snack, a little unhealthy addition with the peanut butter and jelly or quesadilla. But it's something that I really like. So, chips or wheat thins. Now, dinners are where this has been a little bit more fluid and it's changed drastically. And the main reason that I've been able to get this down below $90 and why my average is slowly creeping downwards right now is I used to buy chicken for dinner every single night. So I would have chicken, rice, and green beans for dinner every night. I had that consistently for about a year without deviating at all. No joke, for a full year. Since then, I've actually been transitioning towards, instead of chicken, beans, and that has been much cheaper, and I've kind of liked it a little bit more. So instead, now I have rice, beans, and green beans. I guess I should say that they are black beans. I have rice, black beans, and green beans. So there's two different types of beans with my dinner. Here's what I'll say for people that are trying to keep their food expense down as much as they possibly can, maybe even trying to go towards maybe $90 or even below in food expense per month. Here's two tips that I have absolutely, and I'm sure you've already heard both of them if you're trying to do this yourself. Number one, don't go out. It's just so much more expensive to eat food no matter where you go. Like, think about it this way. All of my meals are basically $1. Is there any meal that you can buy anywhere that's $1? Trust me, I try to find $1 meals out in the world because if I do, that's sick. I would absolutely be willing to buy those things if I could ever find them. So something like the McDonald's dollar menu works. $1 street tacos if you didn't find those somewhere. But honestly, going out to eat, it's just not worth as much as just cooking at home. And if you really do want to keep this food expense low, make everything that you can at home. It's going to save you a lot of money in the long term and in the short term. It just gives you a little bit more freedom, in my opinion. So if you do want to keep that food expense low, absolutely I would suggest eating from home and not going out. The second tip is absolutely this. When you're at the grocery store, do not impulse buy. That's kind of the killer. That'll ruin your food budget for a month easily, right? Especially if you only shop once per month. If you go to Costco and you see, oh, those muffins look really nice. Ooh, those chocolate covered coconut cookies, which I saw last time and they looked really good. Do not impulse buy. That is kind of the worst thing that you can do when it comes to going grocery shopping because it ruins that budget immediately. Very quickly, it'll just ruin the budget. So that about covers it for the $90 that I spend in food per month. And now we're going to move on to the next topic, which for most people is a lot larger than it is for me. I spend $25 per month in transportation. Now, when I say transportation, what I mean is anything like a car or taking the bus or the subway or Ubers or Birds. And you're probably wondering how I'm able to keep that at $25 per month. And here's the one big answer. The one reason that I'm able to keep it so low is this. I don't have a car and I don't ever want one. This is something that you're going to hear me talk about in a lot of future videos. The reason that I don't want a car, particularly they're financial. There's a lot of financial reasons why I don't want a car, and right now it's just not something that's viable to me, so I just don't have one. My $25 in transportation expense really comes down to this. When I go to Costco, that one time a month that I go grocery shopping at Costco, it's about an hour-long walk to the Costco, but then once I get my groceries, I Uber back to my apartment. So I spend that once per month, and then sometimes I bird, and really the rest of that budget going to birds is a little unfair because I don't do it very often anymore. There were a couple times when I did it, but ultimately I only ever bird when I'm late to work. I walk to and from work. It's like a 30-minute walk. And sometimes if I'm like really late, I wake up late and I'm like, oh gosh, I really got to go. I'll hop on a bird and turn it in from a 30-minute walk into a 10-minute scooter ride. So if you ever see me birding around LA, that's probably because I'm late to work. But there you go. That's exactly what all my spending is. When it comes to transportation, I Uber once per month and then I bird. Now the rest of that $25 is typically like, if I need to go to an airport sometimes, if I'm traveling, I'll obviously take an Uber to the airport and then get an Uber back. And that obviously increases my spending for transportation that month by a lot. But then on the flip side, there are a lot of months where I just don't even Uber or bird at all. And my transportation cost is literally zero for that month. So that's kind of how it averages out. I think $25 is a pretty fair number. And the last month, which was February, when you're watching this, February of 2020, it was just under $25. The next category of spending is basically personal hygiene or cleaning supplies or just other grocery supplies that I need to do. And these are things that I don't need to buy every single month usually. Oh, hopefully. That's stupid. Don't need to say that. But these are things that I buy kind of maybe once per year. But the thing is, they're kind of expensive. And the more that you buy of them, obviously that'll average out to be kind of a larger number per month. So what I've done is kind of taken everything that I buy over the course of a year and just divided it by 12, of course, to get the per month spending. And it comes out to about $25. So that's exactly what we're going to make it. Now, this category includes things like shampoo, body wash, deodorant, and then also the biggest expense in this category is absolutely haircuts. Now, this is something that it's crazy expensive here in LA. People that are going to potentially think about moving to LA know this, especially you guys. Haircuts in LA are ridiculously expensive. I used to spend like $15 per haircut in Arizona or Colorado where I grew up. But now I'm spending about $30 to $40 per haircut. After tips, it does end up close to $35. And that's crazy. But I do get those about 5 times a year for a total of like over $150, and averaging that out over every single month, it's like $13, $14. And then with everything else that I have to buy, it basically averages out to close to about $25 per month. So that's exactly what I'm going to put on this monthly spending report. Another category of spending that I've got is going to be subscriptions. And honestly, there's only one thing that I'm subscribed to and pay per month. But the thing is, it's about $240 per year. I don't know why I said it's about $240 per year. It is $240 per year. It is going to be the Adobe Creative Cloud. So basically things like Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, I have to buy all those on my personal computer. And that's the only thing that I'm subscribed to per month. I do use streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus, but I'm very lucky and fortunate in that I basically use other people's accounts. Yep, I'm one of those people. Up until literally a month ago, I was paying for my own Hulu account, but luckily I just got out of there. So I'm very lucky in that I only spend $0 on all those streaming services, even though I do use them kind of frequently. Now, one thing that I do really want to include in this video, and it's something that I'm sure people would comment or ask about, I just wanted to make sure that they know this is as thorough as possible when it comes to my spending. And that's going to be my phone plan. I actually don't have to do it. This is covered by a company. And I don't have to spend anything per month on my phone, which is, again, something that's extremely fortunate. But in the future, if I do start to have to pay for my own phone, obviously I'm going to make another video, and I will talk about that and how I'm able to hopefully find ways to save money when it comes to phone plans. All right, and the final category that I've got, and I really wasn't going to include this in the video at all, but I decided that I should. This is going to be books. I typically don't have a lot of books on hand. I've got these 3. Currently my 3 favorite books that I've ever read. That's why they're in the video, by the way, in case you were wondering. They'll probably change frequently. Put some new books in there every now and again. But yeah, I want to spend more each month in books. It's a hobby that I only really got back into recently. And for the last few months or so, I've been buying new books each month, trying to get some new ones in, and I really like it. So I thought that I would include this as a category in and of itself, because I do want to spend more on books in each preceding month. After I make this video. So yeah, this is something that I just wanted to include because honestly, $30 per month is a pretty big deal. It doesn't seem like a massive number until you take into account that $30 per month for all 12 months of the year is going to be $360 a year, and that's a pretty big number. So I definitely thought that I should include this and just kind of talk about why that's something that I kind of want to do moving forward a little bit more. All right, and there you go. That's kind of all of the spending categories, and it adds up to exactly $940 per month. There you go. That's kind of a breakdown of everything. And I do want to say this as well. A lot of these things, I kind of glossed over things here and there. Like I glossed over my co-living apartment a little bit, or my $90 per month in food. And I'm going to absolutely be making videos in the future about all of those things, but a little bit more in depth. So definitely stick around on the channel if those are things that you thought, wow, that's really cool. I want to know more about that. Because each of the things that I talked about today, I'm absolutely going to make a video on every single one of them. Probably each of the spending categories that I talked about, you can expect to see a video about in the future. So absolutely, if that's something that you liked, you enjoyed, and you want to know more about, my spending habits and how I save money in these ways, stick around, subscribe. Now, I'm sure what you want to know is exactly what I spend my money on, since I save so much of it, or at least try to save as much of it as I can. Basically, what I make per month is about $3,500 after tax per month. And then obviously I spend about $940 of that per month, leaving me with a little over $2,500 per month to spend on whatever I want. And here's just a quick breakdown of that. Again, in the future, you can expect a video where I really dive into what I spend my money on and what I do with all the money that I save. But here's kind of the overview of that, and it's really quite straightforward. I have a travel budget, which is just a savings account for future travel and kind of travel each month that I add to. It's $200 per month. I put each of that in there at the end of every single month, and that's where that goes. So $200 per month goes into a travel budget, and then the rest of my money, so that leaves about $2,300 per month. All of that money goes towards paying off my student loans. I've got about $60,000 in student loans from graduating a little over a year ago, and my goal is to pay that $60,000 off within 2 years, and that's why I save so much money. That's what I do with the rest of my money. Literally every dollar of it goes to paying off those student loans because I just want to get debt-free as quickly as I possibly can. All right, but there you go. That about wraps up this video. That shows you exactly how much money I spend per month, exactly what I spend that money on, and then as well, what I do with all of my savings there at the end. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, turn that like button blue. Don't leave that thumbs up button gray. That'll really hurt my feelings. God, it's cringier every single time. Okay, but seriously, hit the like button if you can. Turn the like button blue for me. Comment down below if you want to talk about anything. I will absolutely respond to you if you want to talk about anything from this video or something that you want to see more about in the future. Maybe if there was something that you saw that you really liked in the video that you want me to make another video about as soon as possible, absolutely let me know. I promise I will respond to you. But otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.